Tim Black.
Sir?
Yes.
I understand the boycott against Target, against DEI,
Yes.
but why is the Rainbow Push Coalition supporting illegal aliens if illegal aliens disproportionately affect the black community jobs?
Say it one more time.
Why is the Rainbow Push Coalition supporting illegal aliens when illegal aliens disproportionately negatively affect the black community?
Yeah, that's not true.
It is true. They take jobs, right? But they take your jobs.
Question.
Look at this. Look at this. Jamal Bryant is wearing a shirt with Malcolm X on it, a jacket, and he's got no comment either. Look at him. He got no comment to the question. No comment at all to the question of, hey, what about the black jobs, Johnson?
Tim Black.
Sir?
Yes.
I understand the boycott against Target, against DEI,
Yes.
but why is the Rainbow Push Coalition supporting illegal aliens if illegal aliens disproportionately affect the black community jobs?
Look at all them suck on stupid looking around like they don't know what to say. Like they did not know that this was going to be a question. They were unprepared. Look at them. Everybody looking at each other. Like it's one last slice of patty pie on the table in front of them. Who gonna get that patty pie? Somebody gonna get that patty pie? I mean, I get the patty pie. Somebody, no, I don't know if you should get it. There's only one slice of patty pie left. Look at him. Stuck on stupid. The only person there that has the right to be stuck on stupid is Jesse Jackson. Everybody else is able-bodied and be able to talk. And nobody's saying anything.
Say it one more time.
Why is the
He said, say that one more time. I'm trying. We got to come up with something to say here. He said clearly, I heard him. Shut up. Heard what he said. I'm trying to think of something to say. Let's see what the guy's response is going to be to this.
Rainbow Push Coalition supporting illegal aliens when illegal aliens disproportionately negatively affect the black community?
Yeah, that's not true.
It is true. They take jobs.
Yeah, look at Jamal. Jamal Bowman all of a sudden has a throat problem. He has a throat condition. He loves talking any other time. In fact, he makes all his money talking, and now he can't talk. He got nothing to say. He ain't reaching for the mic or nothing. And the guy with the you know, the hairline way back here, my man, he just said that ain't true. That's not true. You know, it is true, Johnson. Harvard economist George Borges, along with Jeffrey Groger and Gordon Hanson, published a study back in 2010 entitled The Immigration and the Economic Status of African American Men. And they find within that study that immigration inflows from 1960 to 2000 negatively impacted and were associated with decreased employment for Black American men specifically. Also increased incarceration rates. Yeah, that's what they found. So yeah, there's been writings, there's been conversation, discussion about it to just all in out deny what the guy's saying is just not founded in truth. There are people that say, "Oh, well, you can't say that." Well, there was mass incarceration going on all the time. So how do we know it's because of the migrants? Well, people don't have jobs. I think they're more liable to commit crimes. So that might be something. And the industries that they predominantly have been working in were low-skilled industries. And since Black people attend college the least or graduate from college the least, particularly African-American men, they will be competing for these jobs. This ain't rocket science, man. What I'm saying, like what the theory behind the idea that Black Americans will suffer from immigration, that it impacts us directly the most, is because where do they put them? Where have you seen them? Seen it in Chicago, you've seen it in New York, right? So we're already seeing it in the inner cities where they put in a lot of the new arrival people have been setting up shop. And when they go into those cities and they need resources, like obviously, the budgets that were spent, the New York budget, that they spent billions of dollars on this. Chicago basically is bankrupt, had their bonds downgraded, if I'm not mistaken. They're basically borderline bankrupting, like just dealing with the influx because of Joe Biden. And then you're going to say there's no impact on the black community? How could it not impact? It impacts all communities, but particularly the black community, because they're not moving them to, well, they did, I mean, I don't know exactly where they're moving them to. They got to move somewhere. They don't live on thin air. They're not living on a cloud. They ain't just fall out of coconut. Where they living at? Where they gonna work at? What industries they gonna work in? What are they gonna do? And if they're not gonna work and they're not gonna live anywhere, you got to put a place that's gonna house them and clothe them and feed them, provide them shelter. All those necessities, because they're the state's responsibility at that point, right? So where are those resources coming from? Where's the money coming from to do that? That costs money, right? Isn't that why we got a homeless population? By the way, black Americans are like 40% of the homeless population. 50% of homeless families in America are black American families. Do you understand what I'm saying? Entire families. I don't know if you're noticing that, but we're like 14% of the population. That means 3 times. That means disproportionately. That's what I'm saying. So, and you're going to tell me that us having more people to compete with for housing, for low-cost housing, they're not coming here and taking some high-rent districts. They're not coming here moving into East Potomac or going into Georgetown and putting their kids in Georgetown Day School with the Obama's kids, where the Obama's kids went. Right? They're going to areas where it's affordable, but more affordable, less expensive, and that's where we are. So you don't even need to read this damn study. All you got to have is common sense and not be a hack for the Democrats to draw these conclusions, because it's basic. It's very basic. A person's stomach grumbling is liable to steal a patty pie or 2, or do something else a little strange for a little bit of change. And that those people, black people are more subjected to that because of that condition of being broke. So this guy, whether you like him or not, whether he's Republican or not, and I think Real American Voice is Republican outfit, but at least they're asking a question that makes sense, that has some value to black Americans. I don't see CNBC asking this question, and I don't see a lot of the black independent media that are associated with corporate media, not black independent media. I shouldn't say black independent media. I mean corporate black faces in high places in cable news media. Yeah, I don't see them asking this tough question. They would never ask this question, because this is what black people care about. Then they say, why are the black people not voting for Kamala? Why are the black people not voting? Why are they sitting their asses at home on the couch? Our real questions, you don't want to answer them. Once again, look at Jamal Bryant. Looking like somebody keyed his car. Look like somebody keyed his Tesla. Nah. Here's ask him, what about the black people? And they all look at these black people. And look at this sister here. Look how angry she is that you even asked the question. How dare you ask about black people? She look like she want to sucker punch him. Just the one above Jesse here. Look how angry she is. How dare you come in here asking us important questions? Asking us goddamn questions about black people. Why would you disrespect us by asking us questions about black people's jobs? That's so disrespectful. We want to talk about migrant jobs.
Right, but they take your jobs.
Question.
Legal.
Let me offer.
Nothing?
Thank you so much for coming out today.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
This is the Rainbow Push Annual Conference.
I mean, if you want to support
People's Conference
black
of
jobs,
Call to Action.
you don't support illegal aliens coming
We
in and
started this morning
undercutting
with the
black jobs. It
minimum
doesn't make
income
sense though,
policy
right?
level.
It does, because they don't want to support black jobs. They want to support their own money from these nonprofit organizations. Folks, there is so much money tied up into this thing. There's so much money. There's so much opportunity tied up into it. Why do you think they're here? Why do you think Jamal Bryant is doing? Why do you think Jesse? Why do you think Jesse, they put pants on him today? Why do you think they did that? It's money. I mean, we gotta accept reality here. I mean, We ain't gonna have a shot if we ain't gonna be realistic about what's happening. These people didn't just out here just for fun on a sunny, humid day. Come on, man. And they're gonna be everywhere tomorrow.
The economic
I mean,
educational
we got
playing fields.
it just doesn't make sense. So,
The comedian, Christian
excuse
comedian,
me.
move on with Darius Brooks, and uplifted by Jacqueline
No
Carr
answer to the question,
to
but
end
that
the evening.
everybody,
You're
anybody
welcome
involved
there.
with
It is
this,
free admission. So please
and
come
I'll
and sojourn
I'll
with
answer
us.
the question for you
Pray with us.
because it doesn't matter about black jobs. This is about raising money for their coalition. They don't actually do things to support the black community.
But that doesn't mean he's wrong about the jobs, because that's true. It's true. They could have had that conversation with that guy. I mean, it's a press conference. They're asking questions and they couldn't answer. And all they could say is, that's not true. And they look at each other like, who just cut the cheese? Everybody afraid to say anything that could be used against them later by the black community. Except for that one sister. He cut her out. I don't know what her response was, but she was like, she said something.
Deception. The devil is the deceiver, and he has deceived this group of people, sadly. Pray for them. In Jesus' name.
Man, if you don't
The
shut
Black
up.
Truth Report. The Black Truth Report.
Yeah, that's my new segment. The Black Truth Report was what we break down what Tim Black does me. Where I do a series of takedowns on important issues, go a little bit more further in depth in the commentary. If you enjoy the Tim Black content, you find it valuable in your arsenal of understanding of what's happening in the political world, someone who's not capable for the Democrats or Republicans. Become a member of the Tim Black Show. Be a VIP. Go to jointimblack.com to do that today. We don't need symbols. We need solutions.
Perfect. You made it to the end of the video. I appreciate you. Now, Google thinks this next video is going to be perfect for you. It's right up your alley. So click the next video, watch that with me, and let's keep this politics going. You're built for this.